Welcome back. I am happy to see that you find this topic to be of interest. It's my hope that you will learn something new and something valuable to help you decide if this is the right path for you. And those of you who are tuning in for the very first time, welcome. Please, if you wouldn't mind, hit subscribe, and that way it will make it easier for you to find the next videos that I share on this topic. My name is Michelle, and I am a private process server here in the state of Alabama. I am also a licensed private investigator in the state as well. Now, let me add this. In Alabama, you do not have to be a licensed PI in order to be a process server. I just found over the years of being a process server that by adding the PI license, I was able to grow my process server business. But it is not a requirement. Those of you who are returning, you know what we're doing. We are going step by step through what it takes to become a process server. And those of you who may be tuning in from another state, don't feel like you can't listen. You can. You may learn some things. And if you're curious about the requirements to be a process server in your state, just enter that in the comments, the name of the state where you reside, and I'll do some research for you and let you know what the requirements are. But here in Alabama, I tell you the requirements are quite attainable, very easy to satisfy. So if you haven't seen that video yet, please make sure you check it out, as I do go into more detail in that video. Believe it or not, that quickly, I couldn't remember which topic we're covering this evening. I had to look. So in this video, I want to go into some detail about what exactly process servers do. If you are like me, prior to 2008, I really didn't know. I did recall there was a TV show on, I don't know if it was Lifetime. Nah, it wouldn't have been Lifetime, but some channel where this process server was, excuse me, running after people, being chased. It just seemed real violent, to be honest with you. And so I didn't want anything to deal with that. It definitely appeared to be very high energy, and that was a little too much energy for me. So I did not go looking for it at all. Um, and then once I became a process server, that is when I learned a more realistic approach to this role. And it's a professional role. And it is one where every day should not be drama filled. And I think I could speak for most of my colleagues, every day is not drama filled. And so let's go ahead, if you don't mind, and take a look at some more specifics regarding the process server role. And in order for me to do that, I want to share my screen. Our role as private process servers is to make sure that important court documents get delivered in a timely manner, in a correct manner to the intended party. That's pretty much it. We spend a lot of time in our cars driving from location to location in order to accomplish that. Many times we are driving to an individual's residence. Sometimes we are going to a employer building. Sometimes we're going to a small business. Sometimes we're going to a medical facility. And each time we are hired, we are given the name and the information of the person that we need to deliver these documents to. And most of the time, the preferred way to deliver the documents is in person. That way, there is no question about did this important court document get lost in the mail or overlooked or stolen from someone's mailbox, because the private process server will fill out a document that says, yes, this court, a copy of this legal action was hand delivered to John Doe on this date at this time at this location. So now the judge, the lawyers, the defendant, the plaintiff, everyone knows that it was done and that it was done correctly. And in delivering documents correctly, the process server is adhering to guidelines and rules and statutes that are outlined in their state's rules of civil procedure. So, what type of court documents are being delivered, you may ask? It can be a variety of things. Primarily, they're going to be notices of a lawsuit being filed. It could be collection notices from financial institutions. There are times when someone may have been a witness to an event and the court wants that person to come and share what he or she saw. More than once, I've been asked to serve notices to individuals who are named in someone's last will and testament, and it was time to probate their will. And there are times when a process server will be asked to go to a doctor's office, a pharmacy, a hospital, and request medical records that are pertinent to a court case that's being heard. So I hope that explains what process servers do. Now, there's a lot more to that, but I wanted to start there. We receive documents, we get in our cars, we drive, we deliver the documents. Again, most of the time it's going to be in person. There will be times when we may be instructed to post the document at a residence, which would mean taping it near the front door, on the front door of a home. We may be asked to place it in the mail, certified mail return receipt requested. So there are a variety of different ways where that a process server can serve the documents. And the process server learns about this through being trained or having the hiring party outline what is required. I hope this is helpful in that it kind of takes the mystery out of what process servers do. Again, there are some other steps that take place before the process server is involved, and additional steps that are taken once the process server has completed his or her part. But for today's discussion, we're really focusing on what process servers do once those court documents are ready to be served. And I did touch on this briefly, and I'll go into it in a little more detail. But again, once the papers have been delivered, the process server is required to fill out a very straightforward report documenting what he or she did and when. If you have questions about this or any other aspect of the process server role, I want to encourage you to post it in the comments below, and I will make every effort to respond quickly to your question. I hope this will not be the last time you're joining us. We have several more of these sessions to complete, and then at the end, I'll be scheduling a live in order to answer more of your questions. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.